What's up, Dolphins? Welcome to the Week 3 Thursday Night Football edition of the Dolphins Dive Bar. I am your host, two times, aka Chicky, aka Sad Boy, black hat, upside down flag. Unfortunately, our Dolphins do lose on Thursday Night Football on the road to the Bills by a final score 31-21. Final score, not necessarily indicative of the game that was played. Buffalo got that late field goal to really cement it, but very late. Miami played their most spirited football. McDaniel called almost a perfect game. They were able to run. They used Ollie Gordon like more than twice. The kid got short yardage carries. He runs so hard. He runs so powerful. He's bulldozing guys. But he's getting short carries. The kid finishes 9 carries, 38 yards, a touchdown, long as 16. Devon Achane, 12 for 62, 7 catches, 29. Our speed demon receivers, Hill and Waddle, both combined for 2 touchdowns, 1 a pop. Malik Washington was using the run pass. They were even with that makeshift offensive line, like they pulled some other guy in, like Brockenmeyer, whatever. I mean, who is this guy? Like, who is this guy? They were holding up great. They were Tua not sacked, 0 sacks. Tua played some of his best football of the season. He did things that I said that he couldn't do last week. He used his legs to get a first down. He scrambled around the pocket. He looked a little lost back there a little bit. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he was doing some scrambles where he was running from ghosts when he finally gets near the boundary and then throws it, the ball out of bounds, whatever. But he had a good game. Tua finishes 22 for 34, 146 yards, 2 touchdowns, no sacks, one lowly pick, which happened to be the backbreaker, of course. 146 yards, that's all that is because, most of his passes were like, he was spamming swing passes to Achane. Most of his stuff was going like to the line and just, get the ball into your playmakers' hands and then let them run. That swing pass is turning into the screen pass from last season. They're just spamming it and then just, it's like the equivalent of throwing poo at a wall and seeing what sticks, right? But the problem is all that good play, all that good Tua play, all that good running back play, overshadowed by the late game interception by Tua. What is it on 4th down? I mean, once again, he just can't see that shade of blue. First 3, he's thrown a pick in each of the first 3 games of the season. He just can't see blue. He couldn't see blue versus the Colts. He couldn't see the Patriot blue, and he can't see the Buffalo blue. It's just his game is so much of his game is predicated on the spot. I'm just throwing to the spot. I look at the coverage. I look off the people. I throw to the spot, and my guy will be there. Nobody else should be there. And unfortunately, he stared down his receiver the whole time.
The eyes, Chico. They never lie.
And that linebacker, in the post game, he was like, "Oh, the defender just made a great play." Like, no, he was just there, like waiting. You hit him like right in the numbers, and it just, and they were knocking on the door. They were near the red zone at a tie ball game, and or not a tie ball game. They were looking to tie the ball game. About 3 minutes left, and then the pick happens. Buffalo gets it. They go down. They kick a field goal, and they go up 10, and it's just so disheartening because it's like no moral victories, right? But it's like they played their best game. Did they play their best game because they're turning a corner? Because they're going to be playing better now. They're getting their wits about them. They're getting their identity in 3-4 games into the season, or is it just one of those things of like, they play the Bills twice a year. They know who the Bills are. They know what the Bills do. It's a division game, and everybody plays division games tight for the most part. Is it that or the other? I guess we could say we're going to find out on next Monday night, but we won't because we'll be playing the Jets, and it's another division game. So I guess we'll find out in a few weeks if they're really turning a corner or not with the offense. It was like, they started so good too. They go down, they get their first scoring opening drive touchdown of the season. They're able to score points. They're able to sustain drives. They had drives of like 16 and 10 plays. They held the ball for like mad time, chewed off mad clock. And like the last few games, they were getting like 2 to 4 minutes of possession in the first quarter, less than 10 minutes of possession for the half. And then they basically double those numbers in one game because they're actually able to sustain. And well, like I said, we'll see if that carries over to the next game and to the games in the future. But let's talk about that defense. Defense was rough once again. I mean, later in the game, they're finally able to make stops, get to Allen. They're getting sacks. I mean, Child, getting sacks. I think the kids get like a sack like every game. Allen, he didn't have to do much. He ran a little bit, like near the end there, and he was like a first and long or whatever, and he's able to barrel for a lot of yards. But other than that, he finished 22 for 28 with 213 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was finding guys wide open all night. But he was sacked twice, They ran the ball down our throats the same way that they did to the Jets. I'm surprised they weren't able to do it for the whole game. I mean, I really am. Like, there was times in that game when they said, like, they call it resetting the line. I mean, but literally, it's like, you're professionals. You're grown men. And you let 5 other grown men, like, literally lift you guys off the ground, push you back 2-3 yards before the running back even leaves the backfield. I mean, that it's not pathetic, but it is embarrassing. I mean, it's like they're that much stronger than you. They have that much better technique than you. Like what is it? I mean, they were just moving them off the ball all night. It was crazy. Cooks, bro, 19 carries for 108 yards and a touchdown. Just, in the pass, Cook was killing us in the passing game. In the running game, Kincaid was killing us in the passing game. Miami still can't guard a tight end. But like I said, they were able to hold them, especially in the second half. They were able to make plays. They got a couple of 3-and-outs. They made the Bills go 3-and-out and have to punt the ball. They were making tough stops. But at the end, it's like when you give them extra time. Like, what was it? One of them, well, the big play. They're going 3-and-out, or they're maybe not 3-and-out, but they're punting the football, and then Sealer's trying to make a play. It's 21-all at that point. Sealer's trying to make a play, and it gets a little too, the big man gets going. The momentum can't be stopped, and he winds up just barreling, like just taking out the punter. And of course, it's a roughing. It's 15 free yards. First down, wiped out a great defensive drive, and that's when Buffalo was able to go down there and get the game-winning touchdown, make it 28-21. Like things like that. I mean, it's Miami making their mistakes, rearing their ugly head with bad penalties. I mean, the defense had a bad PI earlier in the game. You're just giving them free plays. You're giving them free first downs, more chances to make plays, more possession time. And, Buffalo's going to make you pay. They're the best team in the division. And it's not even close. So it's like you give the MVP more time and a fresh slate. But there are things to build upon for this Dolphins team that we're going to see. Like, the run is coming along. Let's see how the offensive line continues to hold up with all these young guys, rookies, new guys. Everybody getting a chance to really produce. Let's see how quickly they develop. And yeah, you gotta figure out more plays to get Tyreek and Waddle involved. I mean, Waddle got a nice little touchdown. He's playing, his body holds up to the rigors of the game, but he does get banged up. This is one of the smaller guys, this speed guy. He gets banged up. He came into the game with a bum shoulder. Didn't know if he was gonna play, and he was taking some. They got to find a way to get him involved. I mean, the way Tua's been leaving people out to dry, like he left Achane out to dry at one point with like one of those swing passes that just got blown up. And I think that's why when Tua bombed it down the field, like Tyreek, there was two guys back there. Tyreek could have caught that ball. He should have caught that ball. But I think that there was just like that little bit of fear that, man, this safety's about to just blindside me in the back, and I'm going to catch some wicked whiplash and wind up getting hurt or something. And then the ball just goes through his hands. But they got to find a way to get their playmakers more involved. McDaniel, I mean, he finally put together a good strategy. He's finally putting some good plays together, some good concepts together. He just has to continue to build off that. But what's next, man? No football next Sunday. Miami will be back Monday night in the Rivals gear, you know, like that sweet little blue, whatever jerseys that they're gonna have. Monday Night Football versus the Jets. Look, the Jets ain't no pushovers. This is a division game, and the Jets, I mean, they not winning games either, but all their games are mad competitive. You know, they got a solid defense. They can solid. They can score some points. So it's gonna be tough because it's another division matchup. Team you see twice a year, and it's the Jets, and they always usually give us problems. But yeah, that game will be Monday night. I'm going to finish this glass of the vino, so it means we're going to finish this video. Once again, our Dolphins lose 31-21 to the dreaded Buffalo Bills. You know, it's my fault. My shirt's in the wash. I'm usually wearing that Brian Cox, bleep the Buffalo crowd shirt. But hey, I'll wear it in a few weeks for the next one. We get one more against them, right? But anyway, thank you for coming to the Dolphins Dive Bar. We'll talk after the Monday night game. Get home safe.